Hello, everyone. Today is December 17th, and I am trying my luck at speaking. The last week had been dominated with concern about my wrist wounds, which are pretty ugly still. Get that in the light, but it's not very wholesome looking. Man. The right one is still the most painful, the most weak. So we've been applying polysporin on a regular basis at the advice of Dr. Anderson, my surgeon. Maybe 3 times a day I coat it up with polysporin, spray it on with a Q-tip, and hope it will promote healing. My doctors informed me that it is not, in fact, infected, but rather is inflamed. I also want to point out an error that I made when dealing with Burnaby Outpatient Services. I said on a video of January 9th that they had not called me back within the window between December 30th, when home health was in touch with them, and January 9th. In fact, they did call me back and leave a message for me on January 8th. So it was still 1 week later than ideal and cost me 2 trips to the emergency room, and my wife also a sleepless night or two because we were in a panic about my wrist. But things weren't quite as bad as I represented them as being. I still filed a complaint. My concern now is about speaking. What I've noticed, actually I try not to notice, what you'll see, I'm going to stick up my tongue in a second. Now, this is the right side of my face now, right? I don't know if this is mirror image or what, but we're talking about the right side of my face. The cancer was on the left side of my face. So the majority of my tongue, I'm going to stick up my tongue in a second, the majority of my tongue that you're going to see here is muscle from my arm, from that and also from this. A much bigger, broader, less deep graft on my left arm. Muscle and vein harvested from my arms and from my neck. So what you see on the left is a reconstruction. It's the muscle that does not have full strength. That it has veins but no nerves. It doesn't know what it's doing when I swallow. And that, what you see on the right, particularly underneath, is the old tongue, what's left of my old tongue. So I'm showing this to you in as much detail as I can. I'm going to stick my tongue out as far as I can. I double. Something interesting is going on out there. what it has started to feel like. I don't know if you could see that, if you could still see, I don't know if you could even still see the stitches. They're supposedly dissolving. Um, what you see there, though, is a portion of tongue, the very pink portion of tongue at the bottom. It feels quite intensely everything going on in my tongue. I mean, in that part of my tongue. It feels alive in my mouth. The rest of my tongue feels like a big, dumb corpse, right? It's alive, it's getting blood, but it has no sensation. So, it's like trying to think of a metaphor. How does this feel? Like, imagine you have 120 pound skinny dude. 120 pound skinny dude. Skinny dude. Dude. Fucking say dude, man. 120 pound skinny dude. Okay. And a 500 pound corpse. And they have to, I don't know, say the 120 pound skinny dude has to row a boat from A to B. Now, this rowing a boat is, for the purposes of metaphor, speaking, singing, swallowing, saying the word dude, or anything you like. But this 120 pound skinny dude and the 500 pound dead dude have to go from A to B. Swallow, speak, sing, whatever. But we're using the metaphor of rowing a boat from A to B. Except they take the 120 pound skinny dude and totally bind him to the 500 pound dead guy. And they tell him, okay, now you have to row the boat. But every time the skinny guy moves, he's dragging the weight of a 500 pound dead guy with him. So in order for that skinny guy to row the boat, the 500 pound dead guy has to row the boat too. But the skinny guy has to use all his strength to make the 500 pound dead guy move with him. That's the best metaphor I can think of right now. I hope you understand. I hope it makes sense. My tongue is basically this thing here. This is something else. It's my arm. It's muscle. It's not fully my tongue yet. So it doesn't really know what to do. And it's up to this little skinny guy at the bottom of my tongue to make it happen. And the disjunct in sensation between them is quite strange. It's quite strange to have part of my tongue that feels vivid sensation and part of my tongue that does not feel a fucking thing. But anyhow. I am able to eat solid food now. Preferably not things with flakes or flecks or seeds or dried things that are under my tongue. The best things are solid food, simple textures, a lot of lubrication. So, last night Erica made pasta with her cheese sauce. It went down okay. Pasta was actually a little al dente for my taste, but not for my taste. Al dente is fine, but it was required a bit more chewing than is ideal in my current circumstance. But poutine, pizza, I had a slice of pizza, eggs, things like that are texturally not that complicated. I can chew them. I still have to get my finger in my mouth to move things around a bit, but mostly I can chew and swallow swallowing still involves a great deal of washing down because I can't manipulate food from the front of my tongue to the back of my tongue as easily as I once did. If I could get the food into the back of my tongue, sometimes I just go and inhaling it, basically. I can get the food to the back of my tongue. Then sometimes I can figure out how to make the tongue go, so I swallow. But getting it back there was trick, so I'm still doing a lot of washing down. It's not as dramatic as the video I played the other week, but I still can't eat without drinking for the most part. So I'll have a bit of poutine, push the fries around in my mouth and make sure I get them chewed. I'll try like help to get them into the back chamber, and whether I can or can't or not, I will then wash it down with Coke, and hopefully it all goes down my throat. Haven't had any major coughing fits. I think I did get a bit of bean stuck in my throat. They had the biggest coughing was from the sort of the shells of the beans, cooked beans, canned beans, but they had, little harder cheese around them. Cheese? That was a hard word to say. Cheese. Seashells down by the seashore. Try that again. Seashells down by the seashore. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. P is not hard to say, but sibilants, affricates, laterals, I really like to rock and roll. Man, actually, that wasn't bad. Mostly SHCs, G's, SHCH. Yeah. Surely you chewed the sheep's super pepper. What am I even trying to say? I don't know. Erica has gotten pretty good at guessing what I'm saying without my having to speak. Without my having to speak clearly. But I do want to speak clearly. I just don't know, how much healing rest is called for and how much active practice. But I wanted to do a bit of active practice today. So that's it. That's all I really had to say. It's now almost a 1 month anniversary. No, in fact, it is the 1 month anniversary of my second operation. This is where it finds me. A ways to go. My comp claim extends until June. So, not comp, short-term benefits extends until June. So, hopefully, I continue to improve. I think I'm going to go out for a while because I've been home for a very long time and I'm getting a bit stir-crazy. So, I'm going to go poke around with a few shops. Anyhow, wishing you all well. That's my update. December 17th, 2022. Still recovering from squamous cell tongue cancer surgery. Thanks for joining me.